Most casino heists start with alarms, masks, and panic. This one started with an invitation. A blackjack table inside the Crown Casino, one of the most secure casinos on the planet. Within hours, a single player quietly turned 8 hands of blackjack into $33 million. The 2013 heist at Crown Casino is the largest and most Hollywood-esque operation. Security watched it happen. Cameras recorded every move. Dealers followed every rule. And yet, before the night was over, the casino shut the game down, erased the winnings, escorted the player out, and buried the entire incident like it never existed. No arrest. No payout. No headlines. Because what happened that night wasn't luck, and it wasn't illegal. It was something far more dangerous. This wasn't a smash and grab. This wasn't Ocean's 11. No vaults cracked. No guns pulled. No hacking tools. No stolen chips. Just blackjack. The most regulated, mathematically controlled casino game in the world. And yet, by the end of the night, the casino was staring at a number so absurd it almost felt fake. $33 million. One clean. One fast. One legally. And then, just as quietly as it began, the casino shut it all down and erased the story like it never happened. James Manning wasn't a gambler chasing luck. He wasn't desperate. He wasn't reckless. He was a legitimate millionaire from New Zealand with real businesses and real wealth. Casinos love people like him. These are the players they fly across countries, put in 5-star suites, feed comp dinners to, and treat like royalty. When Crown Casino personally invited Manning to Perth to play in their VIP room, it didn't raise eyebrows. That's how the system works. High rollers get special treatment because most of the time, the house bleeds them dry. But something was different this time. Very different. Blackjack is brutal. Even if you play perfectly, the house edge never fully disappears. Casinos don't fear smart players. They fear players who know something they don't. And from the very first few hands, Manning wasn't just winning. He was winning with precision. He wasn't guessing. He wasn't chasing losses. He wasn't riding emotion. His bets changed at exact moments that made no sense. Unless you already knew what card was coming next. That's when the real story begins. Because James Manning wasn't playing alone. Behind the scenes, sitting comfortably in a position of absolute trust, was a VIP services manager at Crown Casino. This wasn't a low-level employee. This wasn't a dealer who could be pressured or bribed easily. This was someone embedded deep inside the casino's power structure. Someone with access. Someone who controlled the experience. Someone who could see things no gambler ever should. Most people think casinos are protected by security guards. They're wrong. Casinos are protected by cameras. Thousands of them. Every angle. Every table. Every card. And those cameras feed into secure monitoring rooms where trained staff watch the game in real time. But what happens when the person watching the cameras is the one cheating? That VIP manager had access to live surveillance feeds. They could see the order of the cards. They could see face values before they hit the felt. They could see information that instantly turns blackjack from a game of chance into a math equation with guaranteed answers. And once you know what's coming, the game is over. The plan didn't require technology. It didn't require signals that cameras could detect. No earpieces. No hand gestures. No suspicious movements. The signaling was subtle, human, and invisible. Timing, body language, eye contact, slight delays, slight confirmations. Manning didn't need to know every card. He only needed to know when the deck favored him. And when it did, he bet big. Very big. To everyone else watching, it looked like a rich guy on a heater. The dealer paused for half a second before flipping the next card. Just long enough for his jaw to tighten, like he knew something was wrong but couldn't say it out loud. Casinos see that all the time. High rollers swing millions like loose change. Wins happen, losses happen, but this win didn't feel random. It felt surgical. Manning would place modest bets during unfavorable moments, then suddenly push massive stacks forward at just the right time. Not emotional, not impulsive, exact. 8 hands. That's all it took. Manning didn't react. No smile, no fist pump, no celebration. His breathing stayed slow, his hands steady, his eyes calm, like he was watching a routine business transaction, not a casino bleeding millions. Across the room, the mood was the opposite. Floor managers leaned in, voices dropped, phones came out, screens refreshed. Somewhere behind the walls, executives were waking up to a nightmare unfolding in real time. 8 hands later, Crown Casino was staring at a $33 million disaster. Dealers stayed professional, but the energy shifted. Floor managers whispered. Executives were alerted. Surveillance was rechecked in real time. And here's the terrifying part. No one could find a rule being broken. No devices, no manipulation, no marked cards, no cheating the cameras could legally point to. Then something even stranger happened. James Manning didn't cash out. He didn't demand chips. He didn't walk to the cage. He didn't celebrate. He simply sat there as the casino scrambled internally. And instead of making a scene, instead of calling law enforcement, Crown Casino chose the quietest move possible. They politely asked him to leave. No accusations, no confrontation. Just a calm escort out of the building. That's when the real panic started. After Manning was gone, Crown Casino launched an internal investigation that moved faster than anything they'd ever done before. Surveillance footage was reviewed frame by frame. Employee communications were audited. Access logs were pulled. And eventually, the truth surfaced. The VIP services manager, the same person who invited Manning, arranged the room, and controlled the environment, had breached security protocols and fed information to a player. It was an inside job, clean, elegant, almost invisible. But here's where the story gets darker. Crown Casino didn't go public. They didn't call the police. They didn't announce a scandal, because doing that would have been catastrophic. Regulators would have stepped in. Licenses could have been threatened. Trust would have collapsed. So instead, the casino did what powerful institutions do best. They contained the damage. The VIP manager was quietly removed. Manning was banned. And because he never officially cashed out, the casino kept every dollar. No money changed hands. No court filings. No headlines. The largest blackjack heist in Australian history disappeared into silence. Legally, James Manning stood on solid ground. He never touched the cards. He never interfered with the game. He never broke casino rules. The cheating came from inside the house itself. But casinos don't operate on fairness. They operate on control. And once that control was threatened, the rules changed instantly. So who really stole the money? The player who bet when the odds favored him? Or the casino employee who betrayed the system? Or the casino that kept $33 million without ever paying it out? That question was never answered, because no courtroom ever heard it. In the end, no one went to prison. No one got paid, and no official record exists acknowledging what happened. Just whispers, just insiders, just a story too dangerous for the casino industry to let go mainstream. And that's the final irony. This wasn't a robbery. This wasn't hacking. This wasn't cheating in the traditional sense. This was trust weaponized. The cleanest casino heist ever pulled didn't involve stealing money. It involved winning it, and never being allowed to touch it. Casinos love to say, the house always wins. But sometimes, the house cheats too. And when that happens, nobody wins. $33 million was proven to exist that night, and then quietly erased. Never paid, never returned, never explained. If this story disturbed you, stay with the channel. Because this wasn't the last time the house won by changing the rules.